He is known as Patient Zero. Thomas Eric Duncan is a Liberian who believed to have contracted Ebola in Africa, then traveled to the United States. He began showing symptoms just a few days later. Duncan has been in isolation in a Dallas hospital in the U.S. state of Texas since Sunday. Health officials are trying to prevent this one case from becoming an outbreak. CCTV's Jim Spellman is live in the newsroom. Jim.
Yeah, I'll say authorities have some advantages in this case. They have identified so-called Patient Zero, and the U.S. has modern hospitals and a robust public health system. But this one case is showing some of the challenges in containing and managing the Ebola virus. Health authorities are tracking about 100 people that Thomas Duncan came in contact with while he was contagious with the Ebola virus. A woman Duncan was staying with and 3 family members are now quarantined in the same apartment where Duncan spent 4 days sick with the virus. Authorities are scrambling to clean the apartment and remove items like the bed sheets Duncan slept on.
We have a contractor who will be there as soon as possible and will take care of those issues.
Officials are conducting what is known as contact tracing, finding and monitoring everyone Duncan interacted with while sick. First close contacts, then more casual contacts. The group includes 5 children who are being kept home from school and the ambulance crew that took Duncan to the hospital. None has shown Ebola symptoms. As fear in the Dallas, Texas community builds,
I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm worried for my son and my daughter and me.
Criticism to the response to the first confirmed U.S. Ebola case is growing. Duncan was sent home from the hospital after initially showing up with Ebola symptoms and informing hospital personnel that he had recently been in Liberia, adding days of potential exposure to those he contacted. A family member says he had to call the Centers for Disease Control when the hospital seemed slow to react.
They could have moved quicker when he first went there with those symptoms coming from Liberia. They should have done something immediately, like got him quarantined or got him the necessary treatment, attention he needed to at least start the healing process.
Authorities say they can contain the situation, but admit the response has revealed gaps in the American public health system.
When we deal with a tough situation like this, we've got to be perfect. In this case, they weren't.
Liberian authorities allege Duncan lied on a form he filled out as he left the country. He indicated he had no contact with anyone suffering from Ebola, but according to an article in the New York Times, he had extensive contact with a woman just hours before she died of Ebola. Liberian authorities say they're prepared to press charges against him if necessary. Asiye?
Jim Spellman, thank you.